Hi, I'm Kathy, the Celtic Mink, and Celtic Mink comments because Grandma got a YouTube channel. So you get my take on the news, my explanations, and my opinions about what's going on in the headlines, and by default, what's going on in our country. So, right now, I'm still trying to finish my books. I'm all the way up to December. I am checking that everything got posted. It hasn't. And thanks to Doge, or Doggy as it's known in our house, the IRS has laid off thousands of employees. My husband says, well, don't worry about rushing to get that corporate tax return done anymore, because with less staff, it's going to take months, if not years, to process my corporate return and our personal return. So let's wait and see what happens. At the moment, Donald Trump, our president, is experimenting with being our God King. Aren't you excited? Can't wait. Thought we had a revolution against some guy named George III back in the mid to late 1700s. Well, maybe my history's a little rusty, but I was sure that this country didn't want a king. So we didn't set one up. Our only royalty is celebrities and the rich, not people with inherited titles passed down from generation to generation, dating back hundreds if not thousands of years, unless of course you're broke and you sold your title like some British royalty have done. But anyway, back to Donald Trump, our agent of chaos, moving so fast with the changes he is making that we can't even keep up with the consequences, which are just starting to come home to roost. And Elon Musk, dictator and traitor, our master of coin, who has access to our Department of Treasury, which is the national checkbook, access to multiple agencies which hold our private data, and his kitty cadet corps of coders who've gone in and changed some of that data or added live code to it. Not sure which, but let's face it. They've been collecting our private data on unsecured commercial servers and hard drives that they have carried in, and I assume have carried out. So, what are they doing with our sensitive, private information? I mean, data is power. Ask him for a friend. Hey, I thought President Donald Trump, Master of Coin Elon Musk, and our Vice President J.D. Vance all are the pinnacle representation of the alpha male in our country. Aren't you excited? Our president, who wears makeup, who wears diapers, who wears high heels because he has to be taller than everybody else. And J.D. Vance, our vice president, the guy who wears eyeliner, the one who preaches white supremacy, doesn't seem to care that it's going to endanger his Indian wife and his biracial children. And Elon Musk, dictator and traitor, master of coin. And do we want him? I mean, let's face it, this man is divorced. Well, so's Donald Trump. Has at least 13 children that he has acknowledged, and God knows how many more. He is the richest guy in the world, promiscuous, and an absent father to those children that he so proudly proclaims are his. This is the exact opposite of anything a woman wants in a husband, life partner, and father of her children. But these are the pinnacle of America's alpha males. Can't wait to see what the beta males are going to look like. And let's face it, the Republicans hold the power of all three branches of government. They have the presidency, both houses, and the judiciary. I mean, our president is the most powerful man in the world, yet he seems to keep relitigating past traumas, things that have just upset his life. A billionaire, the most powerful man in the world, and all he seems to care about is, somebody hurt my feelings. You'd think he'd get over it by now. I mean, my God, the man is 78 years old. You'd think if he was going to grow up, he would have done it by now. But maybe not. And our Congress critters, they are the masters of the universe. They are the ones holding the power in both houses. Yet they can't seem to get anything done. I mean, MAGA won. They own the libs. But Congress doesn't seem to be doing anything. But they are letting Trump own our government. I mean, he bought it. He broke it. Somebody should own the responsibility for it and quit blaming other people. The Democrats aren't doing this. You Republicans are in charge. I think you ought to take a little responsibility. Now, while campaigning, President Trump was busy othering people, owning the libs, letting you folks know that you white people are better than everybody else. You're better than the foreign immigrants. You're better than the trans people. You're better than the gay people. In fact, you're better than the black and brown people. Because apparently only white people count in this country anymore. Oh, but wait. Did you white women forget? You're DEI hires. This is the golden age of the straight, white, rich, cis man. And they're all angry and complaining, and they just don't seem to have enough money. So, I gotta ask you, Trump's in charge. Trump is our agent of chaos. So, gotta ask you, he's coming for all of us. So why are you surprised? He told you what he's going to do on the campaign trail, and you voted for him anyway. Did you forget what his last presidency was like? I mean, he's got a track record. So, hey, you Trump voters, why did you think you were going to be exempt? That it was only going to be the other people, the ones he promised you he was going to punish. Except, wait a minute. Everything he's done is hitting all of you. Hey, did your spouse get deported? Hey, did you find out that you as a white woman were a DEI hire and you can be dismissed from your job for being pregnant? Oh, the horror of it all. This is just like it was 50 years ago, back when I was getting started. If you'd like to hear my whiny tale, just check out Tales of Discrimination Against a White Woman from the 70s through the 90s. And They are firing federal employees. Hey, did you think you were going to be exempt too? Did you lose your job? And now, Trump wants our Congress critters to give his rich folks a $4.5 trillion tax cut. Except they're going to balance that tax cut out on the backs of the poor and the old. They are talking about a 50% to 100% cut to Medicaid. They're coming for our Social Security. They're coming for your food stamps. They're coming for Meals on Wheels that go to old people. And they're not going to be buying food from you farmers anymore, because why do we need to buy food? Because we're not going to be supporting those supplemental food programs anymore here in the U.S., and they've already done away with foreign aid. So, why did you think you were going to be exempt? Don't you know they're coming for all of us? So, and best of all, hey, you old people, you conservative white people, you who voted for Donald Trump, aren't you proud of yourselves? Are your children losing their jobs? Somebody in your family losing their food stamps? Somebody worried about their Medicaid getting cut? Somebody being prosecuted for getting SSDI because they're disabled and suddenly they're frauds and they don't deserve it? And they're going to come for our Social Security too. They want to cut our Medicare. They want to cut our They want to cut our Social Security. Hey, us old people, some of us rely on that for all or part of our income. But we don't need that money. We're just lazy people who don't want to get a job. And so, who's next? And Donald Trump and our Congress critters and all those rich people, they don't care. Healthcare, hurry up and die. Food and rent, get a job, you lazy bum. Retirement, work till you drop dead. You don't need to retire. So, Trump's government policies really going to improve our country? So far, they just seem to be crashing the economy while giving rich folks a tax cut. But, let's see. They have promised that AI can do our jobs better than real people. So AI is coming for our jobs. We don't need no stinking jobs. We can just live off of air, eat grass. And, well, and all those rich white people, they're going to be buying up everything that they can afford for pennies on the dollar, because Trump's policies are crashing our economy. If our economy crashes, the unemployment rate increases. Oh, and wait, grocery prices, in fact, all prices are still going up. I swear, Donald Trump said he was gonna lower prices. And they're not going down. In fact, it's our patriotic duty to pay higher prices. So, what happens when the middle class disappears? What happens when poverty increases? What happens when our children aren't going to have a life as good as ours or their grandparents? Because they're coming for us all. And now, a political party is the only thing that can really put constraints on our president. And our Republicans, masters of the universe, don't seem to be doing that. They just are afraid of Donald Trump. They're afraid of his January 6th militia that he recently pardoned. They're afraid of the Oath Keepers, the 3%, and all those people who swore personal allegiance to Donald Trump rather than the Constitution of the United States. You know, the one that's about we the people, the one where they just don't seem to care very much about what's going to be happening to us. Asking for a friend. Thank you.